Welcome to the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
Let's get it.
The ultimate hub for family entertainment center owners and operators to share ideas, find solutions, and grow your facilities. Real operators, real stories. This is the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
Doctor. Welcome to the FEC Masterminds Podcast. My name is Clint.
And my name's Eric.
And we are here broadcasting all things FEC related. And we have FECs. We're talking to people who have FECs. And on this episode, we're going to be talking with Keith Smith from the Ice Factory down in Kissimmee, Florida. But before we do that, let's chat a little bit about how the last couple of weeks have been going. I've been on the road, traveling all over the place like a crazy madman. I went to Keith's facility. I went to Florida. I went to San Antonio, Austin, Cincinnati. I was all over the place.
Austin, Cincinnati, all over the place. Keith's place, awesome. Can't wait to talk to him. He's got some awesome things going on down there. But what was Cincinnati? What were you doing, man? Come on.
Well, Cincinnati,
we're sitting on the edge of our seat here.
From episode 4, I believe, Eddie from Arena 5-9. I got to play around with the trucks. Oh my God, it was so much fun. Eric, you missed out.
I definitely did, because I'm telling you what, excavating with those things looks like so much fun. What was it like, man? I mean, you got to tell me, because Eddie just pulled this, like, he completely pulled it out of nowhere. It's amazing what he did. I had this extra space and wanted to find something to do with it. What was that like? That
$15,000 later, he's got this big sandbox with adult toys that you can drive around and scoop up. And it's so funny because I was there during like a test phase, and I was playing for about a half hour, and it takes a while because there's a lot of different movements in an excavator. Like the bucket moves, the arms have 2 different movements, and then it twists and then it moves, and it's like, so there's a lot of things that you got to get with the remote. And so I'm playing around with it, and you got a dump truck, and you fill it up, and then you go around and you dump it. And I would say it would probably take me about 5-6 minutes to fill the dump truck full of dirt. And his son was like doing some cosmetic work around, and he had to dig a trench. And with one shovelful, he had more than the dump truck had it in. So I was absolutely no help whatsoever in trying to dig that trench.
But that shovelful wasn't half as much fun as what you were having, because
he didn't have any fun with the shovelful. But I had a blast with my half hour of playing around with the
excavator and a dump truck,
RC truck. So you had an after dark that you guys did up at Adventure Park USA.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I forgot where you were.
I was like,
where do you work again?
Place, I think Bob's so. It's down at the bottom down here. Yeah, this place right here. So, man, so while you were partying in Chicago and Florida and all over the place and playing with RC excavation vehicles, which I am amazingly jealous of. Can't wait to go and see that. What a cool story too. Neat guy. Yeah, man, we had our after dark, which I proudly can say that was my idea that I stole directly from my friend here. Yeah, and it was an awesome event. It was our first after dark of the year of 2026, and so we had a really great time. We kind of kept it low key. I didn't want to do a whole lot of advertising for it, because we've had after darks that have gone up to 900 participants, and we wanted to keep it more of an intimate, low key kind of event. And the people were really grateful for it. They had a blast. Of course, we picked up those carts from Castle up in New York,
which also does a 21 plus night. So
yeah, they do. They do an epic.
We need to get a judge or a jury of our peers together, because me and Mike always fight back and forth as to who actually came up with it. Because I think he may have done his first, but I was advertising mine first. Like, I don't know how it exactly played out. Yeah, but they're really like close together, and they're both named After Dark. So
yeah, it's that
we both stole it from somebody else that named it After Dark, or stole it from each other.
It was one of those ideas that was kind of floating around in the ethos, and I guess everybody kind of grabbed hold of it. So, but yeah, man, it was fantastic. And yes, you guys did pull them off, and Castle does a great job with theirs. So we're just kind of looking at what other people are doing and listening to our guests. So they really had a great time. We had I had live music, we had a DJ, we had a massive foam party up at the top of the hill. And we did blacklight mini golf where we did I have to share some photos with that on the next episode so we can share how we actually set it all up and how efficient it actually worked out. We did use gaff tape neon gaff tape around all the golf holes. The golf holes were glowing bright yellow. And people just had so much fun. So now we're gearing up for our next one, which is going to be the end of June. So June 26th is going to be the next After Dark, and it's going to be After Dark luau. And we're going to keep luau.
Wait, are you going to do a pig?
You know what? I'm thinking, like, what are all the things that we can do with this? I'm so excited about it.
You got to get a pig. You got to do like the full pig.
A pig on a stick? Yeah. Pig on a stick. Let's do it. And then, but if you show up, you got to wear your grass skirt. You got to show up, and, it's part of it.
I don't think anybody wants to see me in a coconut shell bra, but
you'll be great. You'll be wonderful. At least you can put your lei on. Yeah, I'd pay money to see that, buddy. Come on up.
It's my new OnlyFans is me dressed in a grass lei.
This is a backup plan. This is a backup plan if all else fails. OnlyFans and a skirt.
Got to pay for those arcade games.
Coconut bra. So. Yeah, right. I'm really working hard to pay those bills. So the After Darks, I think that they're amazing ideas. They fit in everywhere. Hopefully we can talk Keith into doing one down in Florida. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. So what's next? What's next on the agenda for the Novak team? What do we got going on?
We're opening the Planet Novak Rewind, which is our retro arcade. Hopefully the games will be coming in the next couple of weeks here. We're working on what the artwork is going to look like around the room. Originally, we were thinking like a retro, like just putting up a whole bunch of old school stuff, VCRs and things like that. But now doing like a blacklight cloth print.
You just didn't have enough stuff in your basement, did you?
Together. What was that?
You just didn't have enough stuff in your basement, did you? You were
exactly, yeah. So, it's really cool to have like that, like it's like a neon reactive or a blacklight reactive cloth that you just print and then you just like glue it or staple it or something to the wall. A whole bunch of FECs have already done it. Our buddy Ed up in Minnesota at Zero Gravity has his birthday party rooms with that. One of the places I visited down in Cincinnati, Dayton area, Skate World, they had just a huge area and their whole laser tag arena.
Wait a second. So, what is this? A cloth that you print?
Yeah, it's like it's like they just print out the cloth and you put it up like wallpaper, but not like wallpaper. Like the whole thing doesn't stick. You just just the border, and it stretches. So it just stretches into place. It's really cool. Everybody at home watching is looking at pictures of it right now because I'm going to edit them in. But you just look like you're.
I don't get to see it.
You don't understand the concept of it. Even though everybody else is like, "Oh, I see it, Clint. I can see exactly what you're talking about."
Eric has no idea he's in the dark.
So we're thinking about doing like Mario and Pac-Man and all of the retro games on this like mural that'll go around the whole room, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to get that done before everything arrives and all that stuff. So we're working on that now. The game at Planet Novak, they did a Smash Brothers Mario Kart tournament. They do this once a month where they just let people come for free, and they do a big setup. We're only a 3,000 square foot, claw arcade, but they set up there and they play on a big screen, and they just they do a tournament style. In the future, we're going to be doing that in the retro arcade and charging $10 a person, but they will get unlimited video games while they're there. So while they're waiting for their turn to play, they'll be able to play all of the retro games that are around the room, and we'll have some bonus, like who can get the high score on Pac-Man and that kind of stuff. So we'll have some bonus stuff too that'll be fun.
It's all about that overall experience. It's not just coming and playing the games. It's what is it actually like while you're playing the games? That's pretty cool. That's amazing. Awesome. I can't wait to see it and see the cloth.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to watch this podcast just so you can see what it looks like.
Great.
All right. We need to get to Keith, who is standing by down in Kissimmee. So let's jump over to Keith.
This is the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
And now it's time to go all the way down to Orlando, Florida. We got Keith standing by at the ice factory, where I assume you are making ice, correct?
We're always making it cold here in Florida. It's kind of tough keeping 21,000 square feet of ice frozen, but we make it work.
Welcome to the show. I had a chance to go down to the ice factory a few weeks ago and check out your facility, and that's why we had you come on, because an ice rink is an FEC technically, and you do FEC things. You're very different from most FECs because really you only have one attraction, and that's the ice. And so I thought it would be awesome to have you come on board and tell us a little bit about yourself and your facility. Let's start with you. How did you get into the ownership of an ice rink?
Well, it's kind of a long, convoluted story, but I could shorten it, I guess, to some degree. So I actually started as a figure skater myself as a kid. I was a figure skater back in the 90s, got really interested in skating, became a rink rat, hung out at the rink all the time. And then management kind of took me under their wing. I was actually more interested in the back end things, how the Zamboni worked, how the ice plant worked, and how things worked, and hanging out at public sessions and entertaining and doing things in public sessions, but more than I was into the actually competing and trying to, win medals and do things in the figure skating world. Play a little bit of hockey myself as well. And now as an adult, I curl. So enjoying all the different ice sports, you kind of get full wrapped in, but the long story is that actually in between, I actually had an entertainment business, and because that's where the Rinks took me. And Rinks took me as an entertainer, made me into an entertainer. And we used to provide DJs for all the area theme parks here in Orlando. And that's why we also run our rink the way we do, because it's all about the entertainment value.
Eric, I think I would probably, speaking for both of us, if we were either of us were going into the Olympics, curling would probably be the sport.
I'd have to say that definitely appeals to me. As soon as he said curling, I was like, "Ooh, that's awesome, man! I could get into that." Not a whole lot. You just pushing the thing down the ice, and
I even the guy with the broom.
You could be the guy with the sweeper. Sweep.
I'll tell you the best part. It's the one sport that the insurance allows us to drink beer while doing. So we take the beer, put it from the ice, and we have our team mascot.
I'm sold.
Can't complain about that. That's for sure.
The only Olympic game that you can drink at. That's awesome.
I can see the kids skating later, falling down, and be like, "Mom, why does the ice smell like beer?"
That's great.
Well, Eric, your facility sells beer. My facility sold beer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not
well,
crazy.
I absolutely think it's fantastic. I just had no idea that it was, so apropos, such a link between drinking and, I mean, when I'm watching the Olympics, it makes me want to drink.
Right.
I realize how out of shape I am, but curling, that's a fantastic sport, man. I mean, out of all the different things that you were doing, how did you arrive at curling?
Well, a rink that I ran in California, we brought in a curling club, and I decided to do a learn to curl, just to check it out. And I kind of fell in love with it, really, because it's a sport that anybody can do, whether you're athletic or not. I mean, I don't know if you saw our Olympic gold medalists from 2 Olympics ago, where it was a bunch of dads. It looked like a bunch of dads from Wisconsin that got together and decided they're going to go curl and play at the Olympics, right? And, that actually helped fuel the game in general. But that's the appeal, really, for me, was this is fun. It's entertaining. It's in a cool place where I'm not sweating my rear end off outside in Florida or even in California when I was there. And it's just fun because, again, who doesn't want to do almost like bowling on ice, where then you actually have to chase it down the ice with a broom to do some strategy with it while you're drinking beer at the same time. I mean, and the best part about curling, to be quite honest, is the team that wins buys the losing team beer. So in most sports, it's loser buys the beer. No, the winner buys the beer, because it's perfect. That cordial and like politeness that's around the sport that makes it to where it's really positive. It's not a overly competitive. Even when you get a good shot at somebody, like, hey, that was pretty good. You know, you give each other credit. So there's no like jabs and no chirping and things like that like you get in hockey. So
yeah, so it's an ice sport that you drank, and what else?
Drink and be merry, right? Just drink and be merry. That's what it is.
That's fantastic. No blood, not a whole lot of like, athleticism needed. Just got to be able to stand up on your skates when you're pushing what do you call it? Is that the curler? What is the thing called that you're pushing down the ice?
So it's a stone. So you'll have a curling stone or a curling rock, and you'll push it down the ice, and then you'll have your sweepers with brooms that will sweep.
So you're not on skates. I'm wrong. You're not on skates at all.
You're in shoes.
You're in shoes. This is even better. I'm loving this.
Right?
I'm coming down. Clint, let's go. I'm gonna go. Do you teach curling at your rink?
We do. Our curling club teaches curling at our rink. So we actually have a curling club.
It's going to all be about the name, though, Eric. If you start a bowling group, it's always like the catchy name. So we're gonna have to come up with a really good catchy curly name. So
yes,
that's really hard to say. A catchy curly name. There we go.
Right.
Love it. All right, so you've got to tell us about your facility, because Clint in the pre-show was showing up a couple of videos, and you were talking about some of the things about the lighting and the sound and your background, and would love to hear that story. So tell us about your rink, and then if you don't mind, tell everybody about your background, because your background story it's pretty cool, man. It's amazing, and love to hear more about it.
Yeah, so our rink is a single sheet ice facility. Rinks are known in the ice rink industry by how many sheets of ice you have, and we have a single main rink, and we have our smaller studio rink. But we're really heavily focused on the entertainment aspect with public skating. Most ice facilities are really focused on the sporting aspect of hockey. Usually hockey is the primary focus, with hockey, figure skating as those primaries. But with us, I really focus on the entertainment with the public skating, birthday parties, groups, primarily because it's actually a feeder for my other programs. And I think a lot of rinks don't realize how well it feeds into your skating programs for your skating school, your hockey school, and things like that, because people get to come experience the ice, get excited about it, and jump in. On the public skating side, we do things that no other rink does. Before we got our new buckle style skates, we used to tie everyone's skates that came in. So if you came in for skating, we had staff there, and we would fit and tie your skates for you, and to be able to create that interaction, to create that customer relationship, if you will. And then we do things on the ice every 10 to 15 minutes. So there's always an activity going on. Not necessarily that you have to participate. It could be at center ice. It could be the old school parachute game, right? That you get back in elementary school. We'll do the parachute game. We'll do hula hoops. We'll do different things at center ice that you can participate in, or you can keep on skating, so you can enjoy watching other people do things, or you can participate yourself. On the lighting side, like as you see in the video, I have a background. My entertainment business that I had, we did a lot of lighting as well, and I'm able to get some of these lighting fixtures relatively on the inexpensive, because there's a lot of warehouses that do rentals here in Orlando, and when they're offloading their equipment, we'll go in, we'll be able to get a hold of some of their equipment they're offloading or about to dispose of, and either repair it and get it up and get it hung up. So we have a pretty impressive lighting show that really enhances the environment experience. We even have snow machines where it snows, and we have the Fobble machines to put down little fog-filled bubbles, and all these cool effects that just kind of adds the ambiance and experience, so that it creates something more than just skating in circles for a couple hours.
And you're completely controlling that environment. So you're not worrying about the wind. You just said you're not breaking a sweat. You're having a good time. It's in Florida. So that's fantastic. The lighting looks spectacular. Go ahead, Clint.
I was just going to say, the one thing that Keith touched on that I really that resonated with me, and it's such a silly thing, but tying your skates. Because I grew up ice skating, so I know how to lace a skate, somewhat. But like recently, I've taken my niece skating, and it's hard for me to just bend over to tie a skate, to have that bougie experience, to have somebody else tie my skate. I'd pay for that, because that's difficult.
It's even more than that. To be quite honest, it comes down to it. It's really a double-edged sword for me. We were creating a better experience because you're getting the right size and you're tying it correctly. Because when it's too loose, the skates cause pain if they're not properly sized. And unfortunately, most people here in Florida, they like to wear shoes 3 sizes bigger than their real foot. So they're flopping around. So we get them in the right size. We get them tied up to where they can stand up and they can actually enjoy skating. But additionally, it puts less wear and tear on my rental skates. So my rental skates last longer. So I'm getting a double benefit where my skates don't get beat up nearly as much, because all it takes is one rather large person getting on a skate that's 2 sizes too big, and that skate is wrecked. I got to throw that skate away after one use. So by doing skate fitting, we're enhancing the customer experience and getting the benefit of the skates last longer.
That's fantastic.
How many people can you get out on the ice at one time? If you guys are doing birthday parties and walk-ins and all that kind of stuff with free skating, what does that look like?
So the ice sheet we don't necessarily have a capacity, but for the most part, people self-police. Our sessions, we've had sessions upwards of 650, 750 for a short-term session. Our all-day skates where people flow in and flow out all through an 8-hour period, we can skate upwards of about 1,300 people in a day, especially during the holiday season. Because everybody wants to go ice skating during the holiday breaks, right? Especially here in Florida when it's still 80 degrees out and everybody's singing Christmas carols. You're looking for that cool place to go to experience Christmas, right?
Do you guys also get anything Christmas related that makes your environment more Christmassy?
We do. We go all out for decorations for the holidays to really bring that winter chalet feel. We have about 26 Christmas trees that we have up to kind of create like this foresty, woodsy feel. And I actually miss when we're not in holiday season, because the building feels so much more cozy and warm during the holiday season than it does outside of it. Just because you get that you have all that decoration, you have all that ambiance, if you will, that just makes it feel cozy and comfortable.
One thing I was shocked about the tour that you gave me of your facility is the massive amount of equipment needed in order to keep a sheet of ice in Florida. So it was not only, cool things like being able to check out the Zamboni, which I had the privilege to get this wonderful picture of me sitting on the Zamboni. But it's also all of the, not air conditioning units, but the units that keep the ice cold. And then the one thing that you brought up during that tour was, I was like, oh, well, not only do you have to keep the ice cold, but you have to keep the room cold. And you were like, we have no air conditioning units. It's just the ice keeps the air cold. And then you had to pump out humidity, all that stuff. Walk us through a little bit about the logistics of creating the ice and keeping the ice.
Yeah, so the only place where I have air conditioning is in my front public areas, my lobby, my locker rooms, things like that. The rink space is basically cooled by that sheet of ice. In total, inside the rink area, we've got just over 21,000 square feet of ice, and heat goes to the coldest point in the room. So if anybody that learns about refrigeration or air conditioning, we're not actually cooling a room, we're absorbing heat, we're removing heat and moving it somewhere else. And we do that with the ice as well. We're removing heat from the ice and we reject it outside. But what does that do in Florida? When you got a cold box and you have warm, moist air, you get condensation, you get fogging. So we have a rather large dehumidification system that extracts the moisture out of the air. At a tune of about 250 pounds per hour of moisture is removed from the air inside the building. Otherwise, if we don't, we get dripping from the ceiling all over the place, and we get it turns into a cold rainforest very quickly. There's literally a cloud that will form when it first shuts off over the top of the rink. You'll see this like cloud hanging over the building, over the ice. Then it comes down to the ice level where you can't see from one side to the other of the ice sheet. It's so cloudy in there. But it takes a lot of mechanical capability to keep it cold, because also that humidity adds heat load to the ice. So we're trying to maintain energy efficiency along with keeping everything in check, if you will. So
now,
go ahead, Eric.
Curious. First of all, I'm a little jealous of the fact that Clint even got to sit on the Zamboni. I just got to say it. I know that that had. Yeah, see, there it is.
Rubbing it just a little bit more.
I mean, but being a guy who I love big equipment, so it's fantastic. But the question I have for you is, now, did you start your company from the ground up? Was this your vision? you decided to go in and build it, or did you buy an existing facility and then retrofit it to your vision?
No, so the actual story with me getting involved with this rink is there's a family that built the rink back in 1998, and I became a rink rat there when I was just in my teens. And I've gotten to know the family very well. And the parents essentially were ready to retire, and the son had run the rink for a while, and he's been in and out of running the rink, and he invited me to come in as a partner to help him with the rink, as to keep it in the family, if you will, for them. But he doesn't have the time because he's got other business ventures that keeps him from running the rink. So he kind of brought me right in to help him run the rink, if you will. And as part of that, I get a little bit of the take, if you will, to basically it helps incentivize me. Sorry, my dogs are barking, somebody's walking by. But it helps to obviously incentivize me to make sure it's doing well. And it's a rink that did struggle for the first 20 years. Ice rinks are very, very tough business. They cost millions and millions of dollars to create and build, and they're expensive to run, and the revenue really doesn't warrant the cost. If someone were to build an FEC today, let's say it was going to cost them $12 million to build, and they're only going to make $1 million a year, would they do it?
Yeah, right.
It wouldn't make sense.
If you're netting $1 million, if your cash flow is $1 million a year, would it make sense? Right. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
So what are some of your operational hurdles then? Like you said, it's really expensive to operate and run an ice rink. How does that play out in your day-to-day operations?
Yeah, so it's really managing cost control, right? But not over managing it. So on the staffing side, I have more staff than probably any other single sheet. We have a total body count of about 92 employees for a single sheet rink, whereas most rinks may have 5 or 6 in their building. And we do it because of the customer experience. And that's a cost to that, right? But then on the energy side, we're trying to manage the cost on the energy side of doing everything we can to maintain the equipment to have it run as efficiently as possible while still giving a very good quality sheet of ice. And that's tough because good quality sheet of ice is colder. Well, if you turn your AC down at your house, it's more expensive, right? So if I'm turning my ice sheet down, it's more expensive to run, but it does create a better quality product that people want to come back and skate on for activities such as hockey and figure skating. Utility wise, we're roughly $30,000 a month just in utilities alone.
Wow.
And that's where it gets tough, is that you got to be very careful, especially in the summertime that we're managing, because summertime's our slowest point of the year too. You would think it's super hot outside, everybody wants to go ice skating for the summer, but it's the exact opposite. We get really busy when it gets colder. The colder it gets, the busier we get. The hotter it gets, the slower we get, until we break 96.
Yeah, I like it when people talk about Florida getting cold. That's just a
cold is like,
it's almost a misnomer. It's an oxymoron. It's cold in Florida. I'm like, okay.
I once went to Animal Kingdom on a day where the high was 40 degrees. Like, I didn't have a sweatshirt. We had to buy sweatshirts, and we had shorts. Like, we were not planning on Florida cold, but that's what we got. So it was pretty chilly that day.
Indeed. It's very rare. We only get like 2 or 3 days a year that's below 50. So we had a day this year. We got down into 20s. I was like, whoa.
That's crazy. So it does get cold down. So where did so your background is in lighting and special effects, things like that, music and sound and all that. When did this idea of kind of spur in your mind, or has it always been back there where you were, as a figure skater or as doing different activities on the ice, you were like, you know what, this place could really use some lights? Or is this something where this kind of, take us on that journey? What was that like? And how did you end up where you are today?
Yeah, so lighting wise, that kind of came from my DJ background when I had the entertainment company. I was primarily a DJ business. We provided DJs for the local theme parks, and we did a lot of lighting stuff with that. And I got really into it. And in the late 90s, I may or may not have done a little bit of underground venues that had lots of lights, loud music, and and had some fun things going on, right? So I really got into the lighting and the electronics scene back in the late 90s. And I realized how much lighting can change the ambiance and the vibe of a venue. And that's really what made me decide we need lighting. That's what we need. And that creates that ambiance. And you think back to even like the roller rinks of the roller disco days, you get the mirror balls and all that creates that ambiance. And that's really true in any venue, right? Any venue, you can light it. If you can't decorate it well, you can light it well to create different moods and atmospheres. And the best part about lighting is that you can change the mood just by changing the lighting scene. So you can change up what's going on based off the music and off of the scene, off of the vibe and things like that. You can actually really control the entire experience between sound, feel, and so you're using literally all the senses, right? All the human senses all at once.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's epic, isn't it, Clint? I mean, it's epic. You saw it like live. The visuals that we're looking at on the screen probably don't do it justice because it looks absolutely incredible. I mean, having to have that
I saw it during an open skate where there's a lot of figure skaters. They didn't do fancy lights, so I didn't get to see the full light package. But and I didn't get to ride the Zamboni. I mean, it's we got to get back down there.
Man,
so.
We're going.
Hey, you can have your birthday party and you get to ride the Zamboni anytime for your birthday party.
All about it. I'm all about it. I'll fit right in that seat. All 6'4" of me.
You know when we're down there for IAPA, we're going to be knocking on your door.
Hell yes.
Right?
Forget about riding rides at Disney. I got to ride the Zamboni.
Right?
I love it. So when I visited, you have a couple of games in the lobby of the rink, but that really, like, other than the ice rink itself, that's all you really have. Is there any type of future thought process about kind of going down the FEC route or adding more things like that?
So yeah, we're actually kind of redoing some elements of our lobby right now. Our arcade setup, if you will, which is strictly just a handful of cranes, a swing and smash, and a cut to win. I am looking to expand a little bit more on the arcade side, just to have a little bit more interactivity, because we also get a lot of kids that hang out during hockey games because they always bring siblings and they're just hanging out and they're running amok. And I'd like to offer them something to do that's more constructive than climbing on things inside the building. So we're reconfiguring a little bit of the lobby once I get back from my vacation, that we're going to add a little bit more. We are rev share, which is great. You know, it actually works out really well for me because we don't necessarily have the capital to go out and go buy the games, right, for the usage that we're going to get out of it, because we're not packed on the weeknights with families coming in and using our venue as much, because that's all the hockey stuff, right? That's all the programming. So we don't get as much usage on that end as we would on the weekends. So it works out really well for us to do rev share, but we are looking to add some more stuff. But the cranes are killing it for us. That's the number one inside the building so far.
One thing that me and Eric talked about before you came on the show today was about 21 plus nights. I used to host them at my facility. Eric just got done hosting one a couple weeks ago at his facility. And you were talking about beer and curling. Do you guys ever think about, and I know you guys already do other events, but have you guys thought about doing like a 21 plus skate with that kind of atmosphere?
To some degree, yes, because of my experiences in warehouses with loud noise and loud electronic music and all that. We've actually really thought about back in the late 90s, there was an ice rink here in the Orlando area that used to do late night raves inside the building. That's actually one of the places I used to go. And we've thought about doing something of a similar nature, but a little more toned down than what it was back then. Just because it's fun. Because I still have those connections with the people the DJs of that era and the lighting and the sound and all that. So I still have that aspect. But as far as like adult stuff, we do have a coffee club, which is more of a casual, laid back for adult figure skaters, really. So that's on a weekday morning. And we'll average 15 to 25 adults that'll come out for fellowship, coffee, and hang out and skate together and just kind of create a skating community, because there is a very strong adult figure skating community that has built up since COVID. Post-COVID, we've seen a huge boost and boom in adult skating versus prior to that, it was all the kids primarily. But now we're seeing a very large adult. In fact, our skating school, out of 600 kids in our skating school, we are about 150 of them are adults. which was quite surprising to see, that large amount of adults participating in skating classes.
I think that just from a outside point of perspective is that for our local community, and I'm sure Clint can second that, is, adults are looking for something that's different to do, and they're looking for something because we were I'm a little bit older, but my generation, your parents closed you out the door and said, go and play in the woods and, come back and our bell rang. So it was like, go and entertain yourself. And as an adult, I'm always looking for something to do. And I think that's I've seen that in the generations beyond mine or prior to mine, that are the younger generations that are doing the same thing. And, when we do our after dark parties, it's the 30 and up group. So is that what you're seeing at your facility? That, when you say you're talking adults, are we talking like 21 and up? Or are you talking about older adults, like people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s?
I would say for the adult figure skating community, it's going to be mid 20s to mid 40s. It's going to be the primary. We have some that are older adults that are coming back to skating that skated as a kid. When we talk adults, we do a lot of adult programming for like recreational sports like hockey and such, and that's another big aspect for us, and that is primarily 35 and up. But when it comes to like the skating classes, yeah, it's mostly like mid 20s to mid 40s that we're seeing coming out in droves wanting to get back into skating.
Not interesting.
One thing that I think is very interesting, and this could be a whole podcast in itself, is Dave & Buster's, when it first became popular, the one thing that to me that made it so popular was the fact that after 8 o'clock it was 21 plus. And so you would go there because it was like, oh, we're going to get some food, some drinks, and we're going to play some games, and there's not going to be kids running around everywhere. Right. And one of the things that, Eric touched on, we're doing these after darks, and that's kind of what we're seeing. It's like giving people the ability to come experience a kid-free zone, but in a kid environment. It's
right.
It's definitely
reliving your childhood, if you will, but with adult beverages.
Exactly. So it does resonate with them, and I think that's one of the reasons why Dave & Buster's has had that big slide. I mean, they got rid of 21 plus a long time ago, but now it's like all they are is an arcade and food, and so it's like they're not making themselves unique anymore, because everybody can have an arcade, everybody can have food. So what sets them apart from people who have
bowling alley or anything else? Exactly,
yeah, right.
It doesn't set them apart from anybody else.
So I think a 21 plus night, I think that'd be really cool. I think you'd be shocked at how many people would jump on that.
It's a great idea to steal. I know. So what is Book More? I see that behind you. What is break out? What is Book More?
Book More is my other company. So we do sales and marketing automation. We actually just rebranded, so that has actually got to come down. We're now FEC Playbook. So we do sales and marketing automation for the family entertainment centers. So it basically takes everything that the POS systems really don't do well, we handle. So everything from the sales side of automating the lead follow-ups and keeping engaged with your leads to get them to book. Once they book, we basically follow that customer journey all the way through the process of confirmations via automation. One of my clients, Laura, she went from 3 staffers, 3 days a week of just chasing down party parents, trying to call them to confirm details, to an hour and a half with one person, because it's all done via text and it's automated. So email marketing, text marketing, social media, post planning, scheduling, and social media ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, you can manage inside of there. It's kind of an all-in-one marketing and automation suite that is probably ahead of its time, in my opinion. It's one of the most powerful things that you can find on the market right now. Our integrations with with Roller and with Center Edge, the ability that we have with that data to automate the sales and marketing side of it without having to do a whole lot other than really give us your branding, give us your messaging, and the system will take it from there.
That's
and
really
it's
cool.
something that you started?
Yeah, so something we started. I actually built it for my rink because I was struggling. I've got my point of sale system. I was using all kinds of different online software for email marketing. I was using another one for text messaging. I was using another one for sales pipeline management, and trying to get teenage staff to follow processes consistently, and stay on top of leads was really tough. So I was like, there's got to be a way to automate it. I've always been about efficiency. Every business I've been in, every business I've run, it's all about efficiency. How can I get better consistency? And it will always happen without me having to think about it. And that's where Bookmore came from. And we actually used it at the rink, and we doubled our birthday parties within a year of using it. And then my skating school went from 125 to 400 within a year while using it. Because what it does is that when somebody, they want to do a trial class, if they are an abandoned cart, it reaches out and says, hey, you looked at doing a trial class with us. Do you want to still book with us? And it reaches out for us, gets them to book. If they do book and they come to a trial class, if they register, it automatically puts them into a whole thank you and welcome sequence. If they don't book and actually register with our program, it does a follow-up saying, hey, you came, I can extend an offer for you if you want to join. And it just keeps the leads warm and pushes them into our programming. Same thing with birthday parties and everything else. I originally built it out for birthday parties in our skating school, but now we're using it for hockey. We're using it for public skating. We've finished developing AI agents, so I can use AI to answer questions on the website, and also via phones. We have voice AI, so it can handle a lot of the load that my staff are doing and maybe giving wrong information because they weren't paying attention. And it will scour the updated knowledge base that we provide. As long as we keep the knowledge base updated, it gives the right information every single time. So there's so much that we did, primarily just out of the need of combining a dozen different tools that I was using into one, for way less than I was paying for just one of those tools. Like Constant Contact, I was paying $800 a month for Constant Contact. Yep. And we're way less than that for all the tools that we have. So when I added all the tools together, we were paying close to $1,800 a month. And I think all in, we're less than $600 a month, with messaging cost, everything. So it saved me at least 2/3 of the cost, and I get better consistency.
That's fantastic.
And if you go to his website now and enter promo code Clint and Eric, you'll save 10.
That's right, baby.
Right?
And you'll get to ride on the Zamboni on your birthday.
Exactly.
Eric and Clint. I saw you on Eric and Clint's podcast.
Well, that's awesome. Keith, you're getting ready to go on a dream trip of mine, a Mediterranean cruise. So have fun with that. And thank you for taking the time to jump on the show and chat with us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime. Love hanging out with you.
And before we let you go, if people want to know more about the FEC playbook, how can they get that information?
Yeah, hop in FECplaybook.com. We've got details there, and then you can set up to do a demo, and we can walk you through the whole platform, show you how it works.
All right.
That's
all right.
stuff.
Thanks so much for your time and for showing me around the rink. And you're going to end up doing it again in November when Eric gets down there. So
absolutely,
you get some rides.
I'm going to drive that thing, man.
I might be able to make something happen for you.
All right,
man. I'm gonna go live with that, baby.
Right.
So, thank you, man. Thanks for definitely. I agree with Clint. This is great information. So thank you.
He gets to ride this, or he gets to drive the Zamboni. I'm going to be in the DJ booth messing around with the lights.
Oh,
so
with the lights, man.
Right.
The light show is spectacular. Can't wait to see it in person, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, guys.
This is the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching the podcast. What is this? 5 episodes in, and
5.
I am very excited about the feedback that we're getting. People are calling me up saying, "Hey, I love that. Hey, can I come on?" All that good stuff. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. Because 5 episodes in, we're having some fun with it.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
I mean, not hula skirt coconut bra fun, but we're getting there. Maybe in
June.
Maybe
we're keeping mysteries from each other, like printing cloth and things like that.
You are not going to let that go, are you?
I love it. Give me some ideas so I can steal them. But man, what a light show. I can't wait to get down there. I'm telling you, if you're down in that area, you got to look up Keith. That guy's just guy. I could talk to him all day. He's got so many ideas.
Just a little behind the scenes note. They did talk all day. We are a half-hour podcast. We finished the half hour. They went on for another 45 minutes. 45 minutes they went on for before we could disconnect. These guys are nuts. So
yeah, man.
But yeah, that's great. That this community is all about sharing, and this podcast, the FEC Masterminds Podcast, obviously we're here to bring you that information as well. But we also do have a Masterminds group that you can join. 50 FEC owners and operators. All you have to do is go to novacamusementsolutions.com and click on the Masterminds tab, and that will bring you to where you can sign up to be a part of this group. Eric, I mean, you've been a part of it for 7 years. 8 years. Yeah. What do you think? What do you?
Yeah, I can tell you what. And all joking aside, I mean, definitely Clint and I give each other a hard time about a lot of different ideas and things like that. But I have definitely grown as a leader. Just being able to surround myself with people that are, who wants to be the smartest guy in the room? I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. I don't want to be the guy who has all the answers. I want to be the guy that can go to the right place to find the answers and go to the right people who have had the experiences or that are willing to share their experiences. And the thing that was really overwhelmingly consistent about the Masterminds group is that everybody's so forthcoming and willing to share because it is a tight-knit community. It is a closed forum. And so we could safely share a lot of information about our facilities, but that has been so eye-opening and so helpful as a leader. I mean, the numbers and the effect that it has had on my business has definitely been, and I feel like it's just a big plug for you, but I mean, it's the truth, man. It's been so freaking helpful.
Yes, I host them, but I mean, it's really all the information comes from everybody. So I do most of the filler talk, like wake up, Eric, it's your turn.
Man.
But keep everybody on the same page is what I do. But if you guys want to sign up for it, novacamusementsolutions.com. Also have the blog over there as well, where we talk about a lot of interesting stuff for the industry, whether it's what kind of plush you should be putting in cranes, how to hire or how to let some staff members go that you should probably let go. Do you keep them? Do you let them go? The answer is you should let them go. If it's
marketing, you're right. Yeah, let them go. Marketing. I mean, you name it, man. It's we cover so many all the primary topics that we all and we're circling back and we're hitting these things over and over again, and it's great because every time you're able to glean information from another person in our industry, and it's just a wonderful pool of people.
Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys being here, listening, your feedback as well. If you guys have any feedback you'd like to throw our way, clintnovak@gmail.com. Feel free to email us suggestions. If you want to be a part of the show, we'd love to hear your story. Yeah, that's it. That's it for you.
That's it for me. That's it for me. That's it for you.
Agree. I love when we do visual stuff for an audio podcast.
That's exactly right. All right, Doctor. Till next time.
We'll see you guys on the next adventure. Bye, guys.
See you later.